All right, welcome everybody. So this is going to be our internship program. So the Eretmis Inc. Internship Program. And I'm going to be your presenter. Mainly Captain AJ is going to be my co-pilot. I'm Dr. Emmanuel Edu, originally from Ghana. Also originally from Ghana is Dr. AJ. I'm a former United States Army captain. Dr. AJ is still an active United States Army captain. He's still on active service. I'm a former professor at University of Maryland and also Central Texas College. I'm the founder of Eretmis Inc. Captain AJ is the co-founder of Eretmis Inc. and also the founder of Eretmis Academy. I have over 21 years plus in the IT industry. And I'm a cybersecurity expert, cybersecurity guy who eats cybersecurity and drinks cybersecurity. I'm also a QSA, and we will talk about that as we move ahead. Now, I'll just want to talk briefly about the Eretmis Academy for anybody who is not familiar with the Eretmis Academy. So Eretmis Inc. is our mother company. We do government contracting, and we do all sort of other cybersecurity contracting. And we are also a QSA company. We do PCI DSS audits. Eretmis Academy is a branch of our mother company. Eretmis Academy deals in training people to become cybersecurity professionals. Okay, and we'll just look at briefly some of the catalog in terms of training courses that we have out there. So we have our Cybersecurity for Beginners, which we encourage everybody to take if you've not taken that already. It is very good. It will give you a very good overview of the cybersecurity industry. And then we have our Cybersecurity entry-level course, a Cybersecurity hands-on, Cybersecurity job placement assistance program. And then we have a variety of certification courses out there. You can go to eretmisacademy.com, to learn more about it. And before I move on, if Sheila is here, if she can unmute herself and let me know she's here. I just want her to talk briefly about, her good news this week, and then we're going to move on with the presentation. Yeah, I think I can see Sheila in the list. Oh, okay. All right, we're just going to move on. Maybe probably Sheila just has it on that she's not paying attention. All right.
Sheila wrote on the chat that she can't hear you.
Oh, she can't hear me?
Yes, that was what she wrote on the chat, on the general chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Can somebody message her and tell her if she can unmute herself and speak? Maybe probably we can hear her, so she can tell us about, like her experience on her job this week. I think maybe probably she has like some mic issues. All right, we were just gonna move on. We can always bring Sheila on as we move on. Okay. So today is the day that we are launching our internship program. We have two main internship programs that we are pushing out. We have the Eretmis Internship Program and then the PCI DSS Internship Program. And we'll look at them individually, what each of these will entail. So about the internship programs that we are pushing out, we came up with this big internship program idea to help people who are struggling to get into the cybersecurity industry. We have most people coming to us on the academy side, who wants to get into the industry, but then there are so many obstacles. Some people have 3 to 4 certifications, but they still don't have, they are not able to find a cybersecurity job.
I'm here now.
Okay, so if Sheila, before we move ahead, I just wanted you to share just like your story about how you were able to get a job this week, your first cybersecurity job, and if you don't mind, you can probably just share a little bit light on how much you are taking home. You can do per hour or salary, just for people to know, because like mostly people think, oh, it's really BS. I mean, how can you get a cybersecurity job with a starting pay of over $85,000? Sheila
Yes.
didn't. So what happened, and then tell them how you chicken out during interviews and how you came back and you won. So just like very briefly for everybody to hear, like your experience.
Okay. So the job I found is with the state. The title is Cybersecurity Regional Analyst for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So I found it with an agent. They sent the job description. I forwarded it to Dr. Edu. He worked through it and then rehearsed the job description, how the interview is going to be with me. And then I went for the first one. Usually, how is my day? Well, first I have to tell them about myself, and then how is my day going to be like usually from my past job. And I think that's the usual questions that they ask. So based on what I have learned with Dr. Edu, they did like all my answers. So that built my confidence. And then they invited me face to face for the second interview. The second one, they actually requested that I practice the CIS controls. And so Dr. Edu helped me build a PowerPoint. And when I went, I thought that they were going to ask me to do like maybe a few of the controls. It's 18 controls. So I thought they were going to select a few of them. Well, with Dr. Edu asked me to actually do all of them. And he had me present all of them with him. So when I went, they were sitting there waiting for me to present all of the 18. And interestingly, I was able to do all of them and they were so impressed. So my starting pay was going to be 50 and I pushed back and asked for more. And they
What do you mean by 50?
50
what?
$50 an hour.
Okay.
And then I asked for more, and then they said they're going to add $2 to it, so it's going to be $52 an hour.
That is going to be how much annually?
That is going to be $99,000 and change, 99,800, very close to 100,000.
Okay, and this is your first cybersecurity job, right?
Yes, yes. I am actually a case management navigator at a health insurance company. I have my bachelor's in health administration. So that's what I've been in the health for a very long time. And then this is my first cybersecurity job.
Okay. All right,
So
Sheila. Good you're able to share your story. And I mean, there are like countless of them on here. I can see Bernice is also here, and we have like a bunch of them on here. But we're just gonna keep it to Sheila because Sheila is very fresh. And we're gonna continue. Thanks for sharing, Sheila. Yeah, so back to our presentation. We came up with this internship program to help people, who are struggling to get into the industry. Some people have degrees, bachelor's, master's degree in cybersecurity, a bunch of certifications, but they still cannot not get a breakthrough. Okay, and this internship program is free. You don't have to pay anything or do anything. We will talk more about like the selection process and stuff like that. So, and this internship program also for us as a company, this is an opportunity for us to, actually pick talent. So people who are really going to go above and beyond and excel in this, we have some slots open now. We're kind of pretty tight a while ago, but now we have like slots open that we can take on more people. And, if we think we have like a group that is a solid winning team, we can set up like a whole department for them to also start like their own operation with our guidance. Okay, so this is going to be big depending on how much effort you want to put in and how much work you want to do. Okay. So let's move on onto the types that we have on here. So the benefits, I kind of touched on it. So you have the opportunity to work on real world projects. You have the opportunity to learn on the job and also acquire great, real world hands-on experience. You'll be prepared for the job market. You will learn exactly how the industry functions. And then certification. So, interns who would like to take certification training and courses, not training and courses, but like certification exams, we can, sponsor you, and also we can, steer you in the right direction and help you to be able to take it and pass. Okay? But that is going to be for people who are going to be top performers, not just for everybody who is going to be enrolled in it. Opportunity to land a paid position with Eretmis Inc. And there are also opportunity to earn more than you currently earn even during the internship. So we will look into that as we move along. Okay? So you can actually even earn more money during this internship program, more than even what you are earning, in your current job. So we'll look at the first program, which is the Eretmis Internship Program. So who is eligible for this? For the Eretmis Internship Program, anybody who wants to work in the cybersecurity industry is eligible for it. Now, you don't have to have a degree in cybersecurity. You don't have to, have like any certification. Everybody is eligible, most especially all Eretmis Academy students. Everybody is automatically grandfathered in. Okay, how do you apply? Application will be done by just sending us your resume and your cover letter, and then with the right subject line in there, because we have 2 internship programs going on. Okay. Selection criteria will be based on, we will do after we get we will set like a time, maybe like a week and a half. When we do get all the applications, what we will do is we will do like an interview with everyone. And, we know you want to get into the industry. We are not expecting you to be a cybersecurity guru we are looking at you as a whole, as a person. So every other skills set that you have from any industry, that's what we are looking at. For the cybersecurity part, we can easily train you on that. That is too easy. Okay, but we want, we cannot train you if you are lazy. We cannot, change you if, you are the type who don't want to learn. Okay, like we cannot force you to learn, or we cannot force you to, produce products on time. Okay, so if you have qualities, you are a very hard worker, you are on point, you do what you're supposed to do, I think you excel in this program. Okay, so your resume that you are sending to us, don't tailor it to cybersecurity or anything of that sort. Every experience that you've had, you put it on there. So, but because it will amaze you, maybe probably like where you're coming from. Let's say maybe you used to work in sales or like marketing. Okay. We also need cybersecurity marketers and sales people, who have some cybersecurity knowledge, and that side we will help you on. Okay. So this is open for everybody and anybody pretty much, if you want to work in the cybersecurity industry. And now, like positions that you can apply for is not limited to any specific position. When we do a general assessment of you as a person based on the resume that you're gonna bring to us, we will place you in different positions. And those positions might not be permanent. We might switch you over. Maybe after a month there, we might switch you over for you to have, experience in other areas as well. Okay? So the selection criteria, like I said earlier, we will do like a formal interview, talk to you just to get to know you. So the interview is not to, fail you or pass you, but just to get to know you and know what you are all about. And based on that, we will send out projects. We will send out projects for all candidates. So based on the delivery time, how you deliver it, and people who even actually do the project, that will actually get you into the internship program. Okay. If we send the project out and you don't do it, then forget about it. Okay. We want people who are really serious. We are actually training you, to do a cybersecurity job for free. So what we expect from you is also to be serious and also to do what you're supposed to do and to, work with us. Okay? So like I talked about earlier, you shouldn't really select any job position when you are submitting your resume. Just submit whatever you have currently. If you've been a pilot, you've been a ship mechanic, you've been a flight instructor, or whatever you've done, just put it on there. Okay, we will be able to figure out where we can, place you. Okay, so we don't want you to bring any superficial resume and cover letter to us. And the cover letter, we are asking for the cover letter because that is where you are able to articulate what your skill sets are. So if you are like a good manager, you are like a good leader, or anything of that sort, that is where you'll be able to actually put some stuff like that in there. Like with the resume, it's kind of static. You cannot write about yourself, but with a cover letter, you can actually elaborate more on it. Okay? And how long is the internship program going to be? So the internship program, we are starting from November 2021 to 28 February, thereabout, or the ending of February, if February is going to go past 28, I'm not sure, 2022. Okay. For this program, it is going to be remote. Okay, you're going to work remotely. How many hours are you going to work a week? We anticipate probably maybe just 2 hours, maybe 2 hours a day. So probably maybe 10 hours a week. But then most of the job, or like most of the projects you'll be working on, it will be project based. So depending on how long like the project, if like it takes you less to do it, then that's fine. If not, then maybe probably you have to do some little over like the weekend to like catch up. Will interns be paid? So interns will not necessarily be paid. That is like the simple answer is no, but you will get some benefits. Okay, so depending on how you do, and depending on what we are able, like your overall like performance. Okay, can interns be employed after the internship? Most definitely. So if after the internship, if you are a top performer, we are obviously going to absorb you. We are not going to leave you to go away with all the skills and the knowledge that you've acquired, and your skill set that you have, that you brought, whilst coming into the program. So we were definitely going to retain people from this. And this is also going to help us in a way because we will be able to, get good talent. Okay, so what is covered in this internship program? So interns will work in various like cybersecurity roles, like I talked about earlier. They will work in both cybersecurity roles and non-cybersecurity roles. Okay, they will also work in cybersecurity leadership and managerial roles as well, based on your qualification and based on our own judgment of what we think you can do. Okay? Interns will work on technical and non-technical areas of cybersecurity, and we will go more into that. There will be professional development and training on both technical and non-technical areas of cybersecurity. Okay? Interns will also be trained on how to use popular cybersecurity tools. Okay? And these are some of the intern positions, or like we have it in teams. So there will be compliance and risk management team, incident response, contract and proposal teams, sales and marketing teams, and that is like technology sales and marketing teams. Okay? Cybersecurity analyst team, there will be architecture, cybersecurity architecture and engineering team as well, and then cybersecurity leadership and managerial team as well. Okay? So you can work in any of these teams as you are moving along. Okay, so that is it for the first internship program. Now we'll move into the PCI DSS internship program. So for anybody who is not familiar with PCI DSS, PCI DSS is the payment card industry data security standard. Now, let me just break it down a little bit. Now, people who apply for this internship and who will be successful, in partaking in this program, we will actually do a whole class on it, or like a whole webinar on it, go through PCI DSS, the requirements and everything for them to know. But here we are not going to take everybody's time and just go through stuff that you might probably not be even interested in. So PCI DSS is a very specialized area in cybersecurity. Mostly PCI DSS assessment or audit is for the very advanced level in cybersecurity. Okay? And our company recently got qualified. The application took almost like forever. So the company has to apply to become an auditor, and we've met all the standards, and we've been qualified as a PCI DSS assessor. So we are listed on the PCI DSS website. And in the United States, there are only around 140 PCI DSS assessors, and we are, I think, probably maybe the 141. Okay. What is PCI DSS? So around 2006, like all the major credit card companies like Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discovery, and JCP in Europe, they came together to form the payment card industry. Reason why they did that was this: when a company, you know, like your Visa card or your credit card or your debit card, it has either Visa on it or Master on it, you know, and you probably get American Express card or something of that nature too. Now, when you use it to shop, let's say at Macy's, right? Macy's will keep your card number and your details and stuff like that. When Macy's gets hacked or they have like a data breach incident, now these hackers might steal maybe 100 million credit card or debit card details, and then they will sell it on the dark web, and other people will be using it to, you know, buy and be like purchase stuff in your name. Now, when they do purchase stuff in your name, your bank will pay the money back to you, but it's actually not the bank paying back. It is the card industry. That is either American Express or, you know, Visa or MasterCard paying the money back to the bank. Okay, so the main, like cutting everything short, when one company gets hacked, like a company that accepts debit card and credit card, when they get hacked, who is at the losing end is the major card names. It's not the banks or the merchants. Okay, so they came, and before 2006, they all had their standards that merchants who wanted to accept their cards had to abide by. But in around 2006, they formed the PCI SSC, so the PCI Council, and this comprised of Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discovery, and JCP in Europe. And what they did is they came up and they came up with a common standard that any company that wants to accept debit or credit card has to follow. And this standard is not mandated by law, but it's an industry standard set by PCI SSC. And companies who are not in compliance with this standard, they are not allowed to take debit cards and credit cards. Okay, so if your company today is not allowed to take debit card or credit card, then, you know, you might probably have no company in a very short time. Okay, so that is PCI. That standard is what we call the PCI DSS. Okay, so that is now you know the meaning of PCI. You know the standard that companies have to abide by is what we call the PCI DSS. Now, how is the PCI, the payment card industry, going to make sure that all these companies are actually in compliance? That is where PCI DSS assessors come in. And PCI DSS assessors are cybersecurity companies who will do the audits for PCI. And before your company can qualify to do the audit for PCI, what your company has to do is to get people in your company who have the experience and the know-how and the certifications that PCI are looking for to attend the PCI training and also to pass the PCI certification for your company to be able to qualify to do an assessment. Now, the company as a whole will also be assessed to see that they qualify in terms of insurance they carry and also in terms of work that they've done over the years. Okay? So these companies that accept credit card and debit cards, the PCI has made it like they've made it kind of like a law for them that every year they have to be audited, okay? And they have to show that they are in compliance. So it's mandatory for all major companies that accept credit cards and debit cards to undergo a PCI audit every year, you know, or every 12 months. So their 12 months can be in June, March, April, it doesn't matter. But every 12 months from the day that you did your first audit, there has to be an audit, like there has to be an auditor coming to do the audit again for you. Now, PCI is not the one who will do the audit, it's the PCI assessors that the PCI has qualified, like the company's PCI has qualified, who will be your auditor. Okay. And then, so if like a company comes to us, they want us to audit, we will charge them, do the audit. If they are in compliance, we will send the results to PCI to show that they are in compliance and they can continue to accept debit card and credit card. If they are not in compliance, we will tell them what is making them fall short of being in like compliance. If they fix it within time, we will do a reevaluation and then, qualify them and then send the ROC to PCI for them to know that this company has been, like, they've met all the PCI requirements. Okay, so like companies that are supposed to do these audits, like I said, in the whole world, we have, I think, 320 something companies. In the United States, it's like 140, about, or 145. So not very many companies qualify. If they do apply, very few, and we are among the very few. So what we are doing now, is for people who have for this internship, you should have some level of cybersecurity knowledge, and like a higher level, even if it's like mid-level or entry level, we can still train you, okay? Because you're not going to be the main assessor or the main auditor. You are going to work with the auditor, so you're going to learn on the job as well, okay? And also, I mean, I'm getting way ahead of myself. When we go through the other slides, we will talk about like all the details that has to go into this, okay? So like positions for this type of internship, you can do anything from technical to non-technical, because like with this audit, we do interviews, we will assess their systems, so there are so many other aspects that comes with PCI DSS audits. It's not just, looking at the like the technical part. So if you are somebody who thinks, you are like a good interviewer, you can talk to people, I mean, we are looking at all that, okay? So, and then after all this, you have to do like a full-blown report that takes forever to complete. Anybody who is also good with like paperwork and with some cybersecurity knowledge, because without that, it's going to be really hard to kind of shape you or mold you into what we are looking for. Okay? But there is an opportunity, like a lot of growth in this internship program as well. Okay, so interns will be trained on how to assist and prepare for PCI audits. They'll be trained on how to prepare PCI audits reports, and then they'll also be trained on leadership and managerial roles when it comes to PCI and when it comes to cybersecurity audits in general. Okay, so this is also a good opportunity for you to learn cybersecurity audits, not just on the PCI side, but like it is the same audit process that we go through when we are doing other forms of audits. Okay. So with this, who is eligible? With this internship, we want people who have some knowledge in cybersecurity. Okay. So not just certification, but you have the certification and you have the knowledge to back the certification. Even if you don't have any certification, that is fine. But even if you don't have any knowledge, we can still work with you, but that will be based on our own judgment after our interview with you. Okay? And the selection criteria will be based on, we also give you some projects to do, which is going to be a very simple and easy task, but how you do it, how you present it, people who go above and beyond are the ones who will be selected first. Okay? You shouldn't also choose any job title because you don't know, we don't know what you can do. Okay. And how long is this internship going to be? The same length as the first one. The mode is going to be remote and on-site, because with PCI DSS audits, when we start the audits, we normally start it remotely by doing little interviews here and there on the phone. But then when we actually have to do like the technical part of it, go and look at their systems and make sure everything is set up, look at their network, we do that on-site. Okay? There's no way around that. Excuse me for a minute. All right, I'm back. So the number of hours is also going to kind of vary, but we are looking at 2 hours a day to 10 hours a week. Will interns be paid? Now the answer here is no. But you remember, before we got here, we're talking about you can even earn more than you do now in your current job. Now with the PCI DSS, there's a lot of money, like a lot of big money involved. Okay, so for people who will get into this, we'll go more into details on the money side. Okay, for one audit is a lot of money. Now, let's say you are somebody who has like a good marketing and sales background, and you're like, you know what, I think I can like approach companies who need PCI DSS audits. So if you are like such a person and you go get, let's say, like a contract of some sort, you bring it, everything is finalized, there is always going to be like a percentage for you. Okay, so let's say if you go get a contract for $100,000 and you are getting 3 to 5%, that might probably be more than you are earning in a month at your current job. Okay, if it is 200,000, you can do the math. Okay, so there is opportunity like that there for interns, who want to go above and beyond. I mean, if you do land or you are able to, get such a gig, then although we are going to train you when we are doing the job, but then you also brought business, so you are going to get money for that. Okay, so that is how interns are going to get money, maybe sometimes even more than what they are currently earning. Okay, and can interns be employed after this internship in the PCI DSS side of our company? Most definitely, but still we are looking for top performance. Okay, so if you are doing your best and you are going above and beyond, it is not going to go unnoticed. We are in the industry and we are also very observant. So, from our military backgrounds, we can read people. Just from talking to you for a minute, I'll know what you are all about. Okay, so you can't really BS us, if that, I have to put it that way. Okay, so that is it for the PCI internship program. Now, some of the positions that we are looking at for the PCI contract and proposal team. So if we do have like proposals, people who work on it, sales and marketing team, there will be a team that is supporting our sales and marketing. And then also the PCI DSS audit team. So we have a team doing scope assessment, pre-assessment, pre-audit assessment, a ROC and AOC preparation team, like the compliance and assessment team. And then we also have on-site and off-site assessment team as well. Okay. Now, how do you apply for this internship program? You can send your resume and your cover letter for the PCI DSS internship, send it to me. That is going to be emmanuel.adu@eretmis.com. And then in the subject line, just write PCI intern application. With the first one that we talked about, you send that to Captain AJ. So you send that to nana.k.aj@eretmis.com. And in the subject line, just type in the Eretmis intern application. Now, when we get it, we are going to interview everybody. We are going to talk to everybody. And when we give you the project, and like all you have to do is do the project to the best of your abilities. And I think you should be good. Everybody, we want to help as many people as we can. Okay, so we are not here to kind of, not like we are not here not to pick you. Okay, we want to pick you and we want to help you. But if we give you a project that is part of your intake process and you don't do it, then I mean, you cannot waste our time, and we don't also want to waste your time because you don't want to do it. And everybody's time is precious. Okay? So that is the end of our internship program or programs. If anybody has any questions, the floor is open. You can unmute yourself and ask your question, but let's do it one after the other. I think Captain AJ is going to control this one. All right, that is it.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Eddie. That was very great. I believe we have one question already when it comes to the age. There was a question about what is the minimum age pertaining to internship. So, okay, if you can help us to answer that question.
Yeah, so the minimum age, we are keeping it at the legal age to work, and we just want to keep it at 18 plus. Okay. But I don't know, maybe for some states it's like 16 plus, but we just want to keep it at 18 plus.
Okay. And secondary question to that age also comes the nationality base, which is it for only individuals living in the United States?
No, so for the remote jobs, it can be anybody living anywhere, you know. But for the on-site, it's obviously going to be limited to the only the United States.
Please, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is it for those who are taking this class, or is it open to everybody?
It's open to everybody.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay. Thank you for allowing me to join your program. I'm really much interested in it. But during your presentation, you talk about the project, you'll be given a project. Are you going to be trained on the project before you give the project, or you just give out the project?
Okay, so it is not going to be a cybersecurity related project.
Oh, okay.
It is going to be something very simple that anybody on this Zoom meeting should be able to do. Okay, so we are just looking for responsiveness, attention to detail.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, we have a question from. Okay, I'll pause and then I'll take your question. Let's go.
Yeah, thank you. This is Eric. My question is, can someone apply for both internship just in case of, let's say the application was not taken from one internship, so to augment, like to be able to have another one? So can I apply for both in the beginning, and then you guys, you can judge and see where I fit where?
Yes, you can apply for both. And if you are picked, I mean, you can be on both teams, but it's going to be, you know, more time from you.
No, I'm saying, I'm not saying to be part of both, just to, based on your judgment, based on my skills, you can feel like, I will be fitting where in one versus other one.
Okay. Yeah. So you can apply for both, and then we'll make the, like a judgment.
Okay, thank you.
Right, Dr. Edu, we have one question that actually pertains to the minimum age. So, whose daughter will be 16 coming this January, and she wants to get into cybersecurity. With that being said, I mean, can you help them to understand that coming to cybersecurity as a future prospect? I mean, will it be wise to start with Eretmis free courses before you even think of an internship, or you can come straight into the internship program?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we are looking, depending on how this goes, we are looking at doing like a junior internship program, where that is going to be just purely on a training basis. So that will be like projects that are similar to like work related projects, but that is just to help our junior folks to also learn. But for now, 16, I think like we wouldn't be able to take 16 more. But she can take our free course as well. I mean, if that is something she's looking into to do.
All right. We got one question from Carlos, and he is in Trinidad, right, in the Caribbean. And he's wondering if this is applicable to him as well, based on his location.
Yeah, so he can partake in the like the first one, which is the remote. For the PCI even with the PCI, you can still, be part of the PCI team, but you can't be part of the PCI on-site team.
All right. Johnson has a question on how can we get the recorded video of this webinar?
When we're done, we're going to send it out to our WhatsApp platform, and then also to all our email list, like the contacts that we have on there. But if you are not on any of these and you want to like request for it, you can also send us an email and we'll send it to you.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
All right. Please, with respect to the resume and then the cover letter, let's say, for instance, I've been in America for, let's say, 2 years. I started something in the warehouse, doing the warehouse job, and I was introduced to the cybersecurity program, and I just joined. If I'm preparing my CV, do you think it is necessary? I was a quantity surveyor in Ghana. I don't know if I can use my credentials that I was using in Ghana to build my CV for this particular intern projects and stuff like that, or how do I go by my CV creation?
Okay, good question. So reason why we're talking about you putting like whatever you are doing now or what you've done in the past on there is that what most people don't know is that in cybersecurity, we are not just looking at the technical part, which is like the actual cybersecurity stuff that you do. We're also looking at your soft skills, okay? And it's the jobs you've done in the past and what you've done that is going to help us to actually judge you based on your soft skills. Soft skills play a very essential role. And in some job like positions, soft skills are even play like a higher role than even like the technical skills. Okay? So we are looking at you as a person, you as a whole like package, not just what you've done just only in the States or what you've done just only in like one country. Okay, so whatever skill set that you think you have, all that might be needed in cybersecurity. So just, just put your best foot forward, and there is no really like, we don't really have like a specific format or anything of that sort for you to use in the resume. And that is all part of the the assessment process that we are going to go through. Okay? So like whatever your resume will look like is not going to be based on the format, but how you are able to also come up with your own like initiative on what to put on there, like which ones not to put on there. But I've given you guys like a big clue. Everything that you've done, there is some soft skills to it. Okay, so don't underestimate anything that you've done. And like what you've done, look at it from the soft skills part. So you are talking about you were a quantity like surveyor. As a quantity surveyor, you'll be communicating with clients. That is like a good soft skills. You'll be making some judgment calls. That is also good soft skills. So, I mean, you can pick, skills like that from whatever that you did and, like highlight them on your resume. Okay. I hope that answers your question.
Please, I have another question. Initially, you made mention of 2 hours a day if you're to take part in the training or maybe the intern. My question is, are we going to choose it or is it specific for specific time?
Okay, so since the work is done, the work is being done remotely, and most people who work remotely will attest to this. If it is not something that is time bound, and you're supposed to deliver this by the end of the day or something like that, or by the end of the week, you choose whatever time you want to do it, but you just have to make sure it meets the timeline or the deadline. I mean, if you want to sleep, if you want to sleep all day and do it in the night, then that's fine. If there is no timeline for that day, then you should be good.
do I have another question? This is Eric again.
Go ahead, Eric.
I understand. Yes. I'm talking about, because you mentioned after this internship, you may retain some people. And now my question is, if you retain someone and that person doesn't live in the US, because I understand you have a good partnership with companies in the US, how are you going to help that person to, to get into the market?
I didn't really get your question well.
The question was, for example, if you say you are going to retain some people after the internship, because the question was asked, am I going to be employed after this internship? You said yes, probably based on your performance. So if that person was performing very well and you want to retain that person, it means based on your good relationship or partnership with companies in the US, it's going to be easy to place that person. So if the person doesn't live in the US, the person lives, for example, in Europe or Canada or Mexico, wherever that person lives, how are you going to help that person?
Oh, okay. So when we talk about retaining the person is going to work for Eretmis Inc. Eretmis Incorporated. So you're not going to work for another company, but for us. And now, like when it comes to people living outside and like the sponsorship and all that, like that has to be done when we actually get there. I mean, like there are people who handle that.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Let me jump in here a little bit, just to also clarify that. So when it comes to the PCI internship, PCI is very big, and to some extent, a QSA, which is the quality assessor, auditor, they travel, between, states and all that kind of stuff. So even if you are working remotely or virtual and you are part of the sales audit team and you are able to capitalize on bringing customers, you just did your part, just like Dr. Lu said. You do get some kind of commission at the end, so be it if you're performing very well. The job will be done by the QSA, and it doesn't matter which location, because obviously businesses that are certified with PCI, they are very limited. So all these companies with, card holders are always looking for us in the first place. So it wouldn't matter too much about where your location is at. You will definitely get, the benefits or the opportunity which will result from you being a good performer as a sales, audit team member.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we had somebody raise your hand on here. You can go ahead. I mean, but if you've asked your question already, you can lower your hands. So, Captain AJ, if there are no more questions, I think we'll be about to wrap this up. We're able to do it under an hour, so which is good. If anybody has any question, you can, send us an email, or if, I think we have another question.
Yes, I'll go ahead and take this for you, Dr. Edu. So during the internship, sorry, I kind of missed this a little bit. It reads, during the internship, are we not allowed to communicate with clients at all? I just kind of rephrased it, so.
So I'm not sure if the person is referring to like clients that like the company has. Are they allowed to communicate with like clients that like the company has, or like is that what a person is trying to say?
I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because sometimes there are clauses that doesn't allow internship to interfere with, hey, this is my customer, this is my client, because obviously when they become interns, they do sign an agreement, right? So there are do's and don'ts pretty much to guide them. So maybe that's where the question is gearing towards.
Okay, but I think for us an intern, you shouldn't like your priority is not to interact with the customers if your job doesn't like really demand that. Okay, so now if you are doing like let's say PCI, you are part of the team and we go out to work, we are on the site, or you are part of the team that has to do like the like assessments, you're obviously going to talk to the clients. Okay? But if, let's say you just have to do like some in-house something, then there is no, like, you're not going to have any contact with any clients. Okay? But, I mean, having like contact with the client, I don't think plays any major role in like learning what you're supposed to do. Okay? So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, one question, sir. Is there any deadline for the application?
So, I mean, I'm also going to leave that open because like that is all part of how we are going to assess everybody, So I'm not really going to set a deadline, but the internship program begins on the 1st of November. So use your judgment.
And how soon are you accepting the resume?
You can send it now.
Okay.
So like we'll leave some of it kind of vague just to see how people are going to, that is all part of how we are going to judge, people who want to take part in the program. Okay?
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
The new people, are we also part?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I just joined not too long ago.
You're also part.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Right.
Dr. Edu, whilst we wait, if we have last questions, I just want to say this. Adding or accepting the resumes and cover letters, I think is a very good deal. The reason is Eretmis does a lot of coaching as well. So you submitting your resume alone, and if you join this program and you are picked, I mean, it is just one of those benefits that your resume at the end of the day will not look like what you submitted, because you can confirm from everybody who has gotten the opportunity to secure a job through Dr. Edu's help and the Eretmis at large. Their resumes are like top-notch resumes as at this point. So I'll take this opportunity with high confidence not to even forget about this opportunity. No matter what, how busy you are, just try and engage yourself in this big, opportunity that we have presented to you as, members of the cybersecurity world. Thank you. And we do have a question saying, what are the chances for a business analyst to be good at this? And I presume this means the two internship programs, underlying cybersecurity as a discipline.
Yeah, so cybersecurity is business, because guess who needs cybersecurity? Every business. And mostly if we are like employing people, we would rather employ somebody with a business background and no cybersecurity than somebody with just purely IT or cybersecurity background. Reason being that if the person understands business, it is easy for them to appreciate some of the risks that like businesses might encounter. So like a typical example, if you are part of, let's say, the like the PCI team, right? If you go to like a business and we are looking at maybe like their technical setup, based on your knowledge of how businesses are supposed to run and being like a business analyst, you might be able to easily understand why they do some of the things they do better than somebody who is coming from like a purely IT background. So business people with background in business, they are very successful. Like when they switch over to become cybersecurity professionals, they are one of like the top like successful group, when it comes to cybersecurity. So most definitely, your background is going to help you as a business analyst. Yes, it is going to help you.
we have any more questions?
So I think without
okay, one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to know how many people you would need. I mean, you want to take for the internship program. I just want to know the number of people you're going to, admit into the internship program.
And is there like any special reason?
No, no, sir. I just want to know because, it's good to know,
Like, is that how you are, is the number what is going to help you to gauge whether you're going to be picked or not? So if it's like 3 people, then you're like, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to be picked. If it's like 50, then obviously chances of me getting picked is high.
Oh, no, sir. I just wanted to know. That's it. That's nothing.
Okay. So, we are not going to put like the number out just to, scare some people, because like some people obviously, based on the number, you think, you know what, I think I'm not going to cut it. Just submit your application and you'll be fine. We don't want to put like caps or like numbers out there. So like that is for behind the scenes. Okay? But we can assure you, if you do submit your like your resume and your like cover letter, and we send you like the follow-up, we do like the interview, yes, chances that you are going to, there's like 90% chance that you are going to get through, unless of course you go above and beyond to take yourself off.
And team, remember, at the end of the day, you want to get into this cybersecurity business, right? Doing an internship becomes part of your resume at the end of the day. So I'm always looking for, meat and potatoes of how the workforce will end up on my table, meaning that I'll always be the top 5%, top 10% when it comes to employers trying to look for candidates. So this internship program from Eretmis side of the house, also being PCI certified, it will definitely look good on your resume, after this program. So you always have to think of the end goal. All right, so do not worry too much about a number. And as Dr. Lee said, we are definitely going to push because we're here to help at the end of the day.
And Musa had his hand up. I don't know if Musa had a question.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you for your time. I'm interested. I just want to know if I'm all set with my resume.
You are good. You are good.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right, so I think then that should be it. We'll be wrapping up here shortly. Dominic just signed in. So I think Dominic just signed in to close the whole program. And like this recording will be sent out to everybody. If you don't get it, please, you can send us an email. And if you have like the Eretmis Academy WhatsApp, you can also send like a WhatsApp message there. You're gonna get it. Okay? And there'll be like a link that will be sent out to everybody. So this is the end of this program launch. Hopefully we will, so for all those who are still on the job market trying to get into the cybersecurity industry, we're also thinking about putting a program together where we will meet weekly, to give some advice and also to help people like Sheila who got a job, or people who are in interview processes, for them to share, for others to learn from it. Okay? It is all about like networking and, like knowing like what is going on. So we are trying to put like something together out there, but we are super, super busy. So, we have like so many good stuff that we want to push out, but, we have only 24 hours in a day, just like everybody else. We wish we had 27. Probably have to talk to somebody about that. Get 27 hours in a day. I think like that will be in the next world. All right, everybody. We appreciate your time, and we are looking forward to seeing you in the internship program. Captain AJ, for people who've not seen Captain AJ is here. He's always behind the scenes. And that will be it for us today. If Captain AJ has any last words, and then we'll just wrap it up.
Thank you very much, Edu. I got only one thing to say. Team, be confident, all right? Be confident, because just like the background that Dr. Edu and myself have, coming from the United States Army, listen, we were not born in the States, but we have been confident all the way. So just remember, be confident, and in cybersecurity, there is a code of ethics. Develop your own philosophy, develop your own strength in your soft skills, and you will always achieve it. And that's all I have.
All right, everybody, we appreciate your time. This is the end of our internship program launch. We will send out the recording for this to everybody, so you can play it back. People who came in late, you'll be able to have like the full version. Okay, so we'll probably see you in one of our other sessions that we will have. All right, so have a great weekend. Thank you for coming up today, and we will see you in the internship program, hopefully.